What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Will. Willie does wrestling back at it again with a brand new stream, and with that, a brand new review. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, really, I'm going it alone, and I'm going to be reviewing Monday Night Raw last night from March 13th, 2023. And I'm gonna give my thoughts on the show. This might be a little bit of a short one, but yeah. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the show. Give you all a bit of a recap, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Thank you so much for joining, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching this afterwards. I want to thank each and every single one of you. If you are new here, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Uh, so we are also on the road to 300 subscribers. So if you can, be sure to subscribe with the post notifications on, as that means the absolute world to me if you do. And with that, I think I don't have anything else to say besides let's get into it. So let me pull up my thing here. To kick off the show, we had the Rated R Superstar Edge come out, and he um is basically saying, let's end this. It's gone on far too long, and essentially calls out Finn Balor to the ring. Edge saying he doesn't have too much time left, and he challenges Finn Balor to a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. And I love it. I love that, we're going to get this culminating story at WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people being like, I hope it's not in the red cage. And, I don't hold it past them. I don't really like the red Hell in a Cell cage um, quite a lot, but it is what it is. And Finn dropped a little bit of a tease towards the demon gimmick, which I really hope happens. I would love to see Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania. And then Finn comes out, Finn accepts, and then he says, until then. And then he sends Dominic and Damian Priest out to attack Edge. But out of nowhere, Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis go out and help Edge. And then we cut to commercial. Then when we come back from commercial, we had Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio versus Johnny Gargano and Dexter Loomis in a good old tag team match playa. And this match was all right. I mean, for Dexter Loomis and Johnny Gargano to get a thing on Raw, it's fine. If you really ask me, I really think Gargano should stay down on NXT, considering the fact that he has a bit of a storyline with Grayson Waller. However, I'll give the benefit of the doubt, and fine, But this tag team match was great. Dexter Loomis got some time to shine. Same with Gargano. Uh, you know, but in the end, um, Dexter Loomis locked in a submission hold on Dominic. But however, they got the sneak tag into Priest. Priest hit a kick and then hit the South of Heaven on Dexter Loomis for the win for the Judgment Day. I love this. This gives Dominic a lot of momentum heading in to WrestleMania, where it is inevitable that we're going to get to see Ray versus Dominic at WrestleMania. I really hope that this is Ray's retirement match. If I'm being brutally honest here. And Johnny Gargano doesn't get pinned either. So that way he will have a little bit of protection heading into his match with Grayson Waller at Stand and Deliver. So, decent tag team match to start off the show. And then we get to the surprisingly fucking hyped segment between Omos and Brock Lesnar face to face in the middle of the ring. MVP, of course, says, Brock, get to the ring right now and stand face to face with the Nigerian giant, Omos. Brock comes down to the ring in his classic cowboy fashion. Omos flexes his fist. He puts it right to the face of Brock Lesnar. When Brock's like, whoa, big boy, big boy. Surprising holy shit chance as well. I never thought in a million years that we would get a holy shit chant, you know, for Omos in a segment at all. But we did. Um and then um they start coming to blows, and then Omos tries throwing Brock over the top rope with his one arm, but peop he can't get Brock over the top. Like he botches for a little bit. And then Brock's just standing there with a red ass face. And then the security guards try coming to detain Brock and Omos. And then Brock fucking gets up and walks. This is the hyped segment between Brock Lesnar and Omos. Okay, I guess. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't know why or how we got holy shit chance for a segment involving Brock Lesnar and Omos. I struggle to figure it out, but that's not me, and that's fine, I guess. Do I expect this match at WrestleMania to really matter? No, no. I I don't know. This seems to be the bathroom break match, the traditional bathroom break match that nobody wants to see between Brock and Omos. The fact that we have to overhype it in a face to face, I really don't care. And I also find it funny how very recently on social media, I also seen on social media that Omos is getting this big thing. Say no to homophobia. I'm an Homo sapien. And it's like, what the fuck am I seeing? Right? Omos is getting a fan base. It's so fucking funny. Obviously, it's jokes, so maybe the holy shit chants were jokes as well. But yeah, so that segment was absolutely fucking stupid. Then we get this first time ever matchup, a matchup that I was actually hyped for. Cody Rhodes going one on one with L.A. Knight. Yeah, it was a very decent match. I know a lot of people are probably upset that LA Knight's been taking quite a bit of L's in his recent matches. I really don't mind. I've always wanted to see what it would be like for Cody Rhodes and LA Knight to stand one on one in the ring. And I don't know. I think it was very interesting. I don't know about you, but fun match, very classic. Cody gets the win, and afterwards he drops a promo. It seems to be very classic. Cody Rhodes has a match, then he has a promo. Um, uh, he has an emotional address of pure defiance towards the bloodline in response to recent comments by special counsel Paul Heyman. He made it clear that the sun is going down on Roman Reigns' generational run. And let me tell you something too. Like, I keep seeing clips from people like JD from New York, right? And many people on Twitter being like, "Nobody cares about Cody Rhodes, everything's about Sami Zayn, oh my god." While I do believe the story is mainly focused on Sami Zayn, I will say, out of the 2, and I've said this in I think I made a different video on it, between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, which one would you believe to become the Universal Champion the most? If let's be real here. If Sami Zayn were to win the Universal Championship, whether it was at the Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania or SummerSlam or wherever, do you not think the WWE fans would turn on Sami Zayn the next night? Because out of all the people that Roman Reigns has beaten, it was someone like Sami Zayn, and all he had to do was be in his group. Do y'all really believe that? Whereas you had someone like Cody Rhodes who, you know, who was viewed as a nobody in WWE, who dressed up in this paint and was a low mid carder his whole career with the whirlwind of potential ahead of him. He leaves, he goes to Ring of Honor and AEW and New Japan and all these places, and he proves himself worthy. He goes back to WWE, suffers a pectoral muscle after 2 months, comes back from that injury, wins the Royal Rumble, and beats Roman Reigns. Is that not a more believable story? However, I will say the one downside to this story is that this story really seems to be focused on Dusty Rhodes. And while I don't mind that you can have this thing where it was like, I want to be the first person in my family to become a world champion, at the same time, I want it to also be about Cody Rhodes' struggles. I want it to be about Cody Rhodes being viewed as a lower mid carder and going to all these places, coming back, proving himself, winning the Royal Rumble. And while we do get little instances of that, it really seems like most of the time it is about Dusty. And I don't know about you, but that's not something I really want to see. That's my one turn off with the Cody Rhodes story. However, I want Cody Rhodes to end this fucking run already. Like it's gone on too far, I think. I think it's gone on for far too long. Roman's been champion for 3 years. We need a new face of the company, and I think that is Cody Rhodes. Whether or not y'all agree with me, whether or not you think it should be someone like Seth or KO or Drew is up to you. Maybe y'all are probably mad that The Rock isn't working WrestleMania. However, I think Cody Rhodes is the guy, and I think Cody is more than capable of being the guy. Next, Bronson Reed defeating Elias. I don't understand. This was more of the bathroom break match. Um, Rick Boogs is taking notes at ringside, and next, I mean, I don't give a fuck enough about what Elias and Rick Boogs are doing in this storyline, if I'm being quite honest. Then we move on to United States Champion Austin Theory beating Angelo Dawkins in a one-on-one match. Since they had like a backstage promo, um, you know, and after John Cena absolutely fucking roasted Austin Theory, absolutely mopped the floor with that kid. Austin Theory decides to take his anger out on the Street Profits, especially at Montez Ford, considering Montez was in the Elimination Chamber match and he was not able to win the U.S. title. Angelo stood up for Montez and they had a bit of a one-on-one match. Pretty obvious Austin Theory was winning. Um, Austin does a few of Cena's taunts, and it was revealed next week that Austin Theory will take on Montez Ford. Fine, I guess. I mean, I like that they're giving Austin Theory a bit of momentum. And yes, I do believe Austin Theory beats John Cena at WrestleMania. As much as I want Cena to really win the United States title one more time, I think it's going to be Theory. And I don't know. I think Austin Theory versus Montez Ford next week should be good. Oh, yeah. And then, you know, Austin Theory did an STF on Angelo Dawkins. And then, he escaped Montez Ford. So, I mean, it is what it is. Then we got Rey Mysterio coming down to the ring to talk about him being in the Hall of Fame again. And I said this uh before on Twitter last night, but it was like Ray should know no matter what promo he's expecting to have that you know Dom's gonna interrupt, and that really seemed to be the case. Dominic was gold in this fucking promo though. Like, oh, I forgot what he said at his on his 16th birthday. Ray was supposed to get him a new car. And while all his friends were driving around in brand new Mercedes, he got a BMW. God, Dom's adapting to this heel role a lot better, if I'm being quite honest. And then Dominic challenges Ray to a match at WrestleMania. Ray refuses, saying, Dom, I love you and I always will. I will not fight my own son at WrestleMania. And then he gets out of the ring, and Dominic, continues to verbally berate Ray. And I don't know, it seems like maybe every Raw and every SmackDown at this point, we're going to see maybe Ray and Dominic have more exchanges. Though I think that this story will culminate at the Hall of Fame, where Ray comes out and either tries to finish or does finish his Hall of Fame speech. Out comes Dominic, and then that's where Ray snaps and he beats the fuck out of Dominic and been like, you know what, motherfucker? I will fight you at WrestleMania. I like this storyline, but I want Ray to beat up Dominic already. I don't know. And we had Seth frickin' Rollins versus Baron Corbin with the Miz at ringside. Um, yeah, I mean, do I really need to say any more? It's a Baron Corbin match. I think the stipulation was if Baron beat Seth Rollins, that Baron Corbin would be a co-host on Impulsive next week. I guess they're doing a Impulsive segment next week. And of course, Seth beat him. Nothing to say there. Then we got to another match, Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green. I love Chelsea's new role. I love that Chelsea and Carmella are a tag team. The one women's tag team that seems fleshed out and important and built up. But however, Chelsea Green faces Bianca Belair. Um, I mean, Chelsea and Carmella tried getting an attack, a 2-on-1 attack. But Asuka comes out to even the odds, and Bianca obviously wins. And then Asuka turns into the fucking Joker. She's dressed in like gloves and a suit of some sorts. Yeah, it looks like she's wearing like a dress shirt, a leather jacket, and some gloves, and she has the title and she's like dancing to it, and that's it. And Bianca's just sitting there like, give me my fucking belt. And of course, next week we will get Bianca and Asuka in a tag team match against Carmella and Chelsea Green, and this is where I say I agree with most people that this build towards this Raw Women's Championship match has been terrible. I don't need to see WrestleMania opponents tag together. Do I give a fuck about WrestleMania opponents tagging together? No. You want to know what I see? I want to see WrestleMania opponents beat the living shit out of each other. I don't need to see this. Will they coexist in a tag team match? Yes, they will. They will coexist. They'll beat Chelsea and Carmella, and then they'll go from there. I mean, God. I thought Asuka was supposed to be the psycho killer. Now she's just a psycho joker. I don't really like this build to Chelsea. I mean, this build to Asuka versus Bianca. It's not for me, and I'm sorry if any of you disagree, but it's not for me. I don't think it is. Then we get to our main event tonight. Last night, Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa in a street fight. Of course, last week it ended in a DQ because of one Jimmy Uso. So they're um, running it back, if you will. And yeah, this had everything. It had steel ring steps, ring posts, steel chairs. That one steel chair spot where Solo threw Kevin onto that pile of chairs was absolutely bliss. Um, I loved it. However, the finish was, I think, Solo led Kevin Owens to the backstage area, um, where the Usos were waiting. Double super kick on KO, and then they dragged him to the ring. Solo hits a Samoan spike, and they win. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, where was Sami Zayn? Where was Cody Rhodes? Well, I think Kevin Owens said in a backstage segment, correct me if I'm wrong, that he didn't want Sami Zayn's help. He didn't want Cody Rhodes' help. He wanted to settle it all on his own. I think Kevin Owens ate his words after that. So, of course, Solo gets the pin. I think WWE wants a bit of Solo um, becoming a bit undefeated. So that way, after WrestleMania, I think they're going to give Solo an impressive program or something. Maybe they view him as a main eventer. And yeah, Kevin Owens loses. Hopefully, this could lead to now Kevin Owens, after realizing the 3-on-1 assault, maybe being like, okay, Sammy, maybe I need you. I don't like you, but I kind of need your help right now. And maybe I would love for the final SmackDown before WrestleMania or the final Raw before WrestleMania, we see a huge 6-man tag team match. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus Solo and the Usos. I think that would be absolutely great. I don't know about y'all, but I think that would be great. So that was Monday Night Raw. My main problems, here's one problem I really had. The absence of Bobby Lashley. What is up with one Mr. Bobby Lashley? I don't know, but I mean, God. Because Bray Wyatt's not working WrestleMania anymore, it seems. We didn't get Bobby Lashley the entire show. But it is what it is, man. So I don't understand, man. This Raw was not the best, if I'm being quite honest. I liked a few moments. I liked the beginning. I like that we're getting Edge versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. The Omos and Brock face to face was not really the best. I liked the street fight between Solo and KO. There were a few filler matches here and there. Bianca versus Chelsea and Bronson versus Elias or something like that. Oh, and here's another thing, the Maximum Male Models and Otis storylines getting a little bit better, if I do say so myself. But as for final rating for Raw, I'll give it I'll give it a 4.5. There was a lot of on this show. It was a little mid in my opinion. I hate using that word mid, but it was a little mid tonight. So I'll give it a 4.5 for this week's Raw. And yeah, I guess that's really it for the review. Uh this is a brand new record. There was no live viewers for this show. I think everyone was too busy playing WWE 2K23. If you are watching this, if you made it this far after in the after live, if what I call it, um, drop down in the comments. How is WWE 2K23? I'm gonna get it obviously Friday, so I would love to know how it is. Um, yeah, lucky fucks. So if you are new here, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on if you will. And yeah, that's really it. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. Be good people. Be a friend, tell a friend. Be good people.